Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Palworld. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to get a hold of a memory wiping medicine, which will allow you to reset your stat points. Now, that's a very useful thing, obviously, and you just need to know how to get it and some of the difficult things to get. So I'll go and show you all that right now. So anyways, this is what it looks like. Memory wiping medicine, 1 nutrition, 1 sand, and then a potion that allows the player to reset status points when consumed. So you can see that over here on this side, right, I have my status bar, this thing on that right-hand side over there. Now, when I'm using that status bar, what's happening is essentially I'm raising those points and kind of doing just progressing through the game. However, naturally over time, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to put points into things. You're like, I don't really need what I thought I needed for that. So what you can do is you can use this on yourself, just like you see right here, and it's going to reset all of my points, even keep me at level 50, by the way, so I'm at the max level, and then it's going to enhance my stat, allow me to reset everything. So you can see that this would be very useful if you made some mistakes like I have, and like you put a whole bunch of points into things. You're like, well, I wish I wouldn't have done that. So you can essentially just redistribute your points however you want. You can see that I've got some health that I can pump it into. I don't really use stamina all that much anymore because all the pals do it for you. I know it sounds stupid, but attack can be a pretty important one. So I'm going to go ahead and crank that up just a touch. And then you can see work speed doesn't really matter all that much. Weight can be useful, but it's also one of those stats where you're like, well, I mean, I don't necessarily need all that much weight. So I like to just kind of spread it between attack, health, and then a few points into weight. It's up to you how many you want. I'm going to leave 130 attack. I'm going to put a couple extra points into my weight there. And those are the stats that I'm going to go ahead and go for. And yeah, it's a super useful trick, obviously. And then in order to make it, by the way, what you're going to do, the electric medicine workbench will give you the capability to make a memory wiping medicine. Now, the hardest thing to get for this is the beautiful flowers. Now, the beautiful flowers, by the way, obviously you can see horns, bones, pal fluids, all those are pretty simple. Beautiful flowers, on the other hand, can be a little bit more challenging. So in order to do that, you're going to essentially have to go to 3 major locations. 1 being up here on the right, 2 being up here on the left, and then 3 being on the bottom over here. All 3 of these locations will have access to these flowers, if you want to think of them that way, the beautiful flowers. Now, you'll need 99 in order to get this stuff, so you're going to have to make probably quite a few trips in order to actually get to these islands. But, you know, it's up to you how you want to go about doing that. Come here, Dead Dragon. What are you doing? Thank you. So it's the easiest way to do it, by the way, is just to get as close as you can to it. And this is the only spot that they spawn in the wild. You can technically get them from some pals, but it's not that, it's much easier just to go after the things in the wild. So as long as you're going after these right here, you can, yeah, so here we go. You can see on this island. Now, what you're looking for specifically on any of the the numbered wildlife sanctuaries is these flowers right here. Now, you can go ahead and use your pal, pick them up, and then they will respawn, give or take, every 30 minutes or so, unless your rates are changed on your server. And as long as you're over here, these are where the rare pals and everything are. Each time you go over to this area, you can usually come back, again, keyword being usually, come back with about 30 per island visit. Now, you kind of just have to troll both sides in order to figure out where they are. And then there are different layers as well. So there's a total of 3 layers, and all 3 of these layers can actually have a beautiful flower. You see me accessing more right up here. And you'll get 2 per time, no matter what. You can actually increase the number of beautiful. I don't know why, by the way, but you can't increase it on your server settings. So let's go ahead and hop up to the next level. Sometimes there's some up here, sometimes there's not. And there's not right now. But usually you can get some good loot over here. So we just got 16, not too great this time around, but it's totally doable. And as long as you're over on these islands, you might as well check for all the other stuff as well. So that is the hardest thing. The rest of the stuff you can gather pretty easily just by going around. But there you go. There's some fengalopes and some other good pals on these islands anyways. So you might as well check it out. Anyways, that is something you should definitely look for, and that's how you reset your stat points, and hopefully this video helps you out. And if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for that algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, Teach out.